What's up, Aries? It's Jesse with 44 Astro with a general tarot reading for the new moon coming up. It's going to be on December 12th. It's going to be at 6:32 p.m. It's going to be at 20 degrees Sagittarius. It will be in the 21st mansion of the moon. I will put a picture up of the 21st mansion. It's all about, it can be all about anger, to be honest, but it's generally involved with endings. And the new moon, of course, is about beginnings. So I wouldn't be surprised if for some of us, that some things are ending, or a way of life is ending in some way, or a big change is being made for something new. The moon's going to be touching Mars very loosely. It's going to be like a 7 orb, so it's anger could definitely be involved with that, but I don't think it's going to be too influential, being that it's such a loose orb. I would be touching the sun conjunct very closely. And it is square Neptune, so imaginations could be running really high right now. You could be having vivid dreams, could be connected to the other side. That's a very psychic aspect. Anytime the moon and Neptune touches, it's very psychic, very artistic. Some of you might want to be wanting to create something artistic. Oh, right there. Got 2 of them for you. I'm just going to do a Celtic cross spread. Sadly, I don't have a lot of time because I'm, working 6 days a week, 2 different jobs, and for Christmas, trying to give people things. And there's a lot of energy right now with the astrology about, giving. You got Jupiter in Taurus, touching Venus. It's opposition, but it's not so bad. It's in Scorpio, so it's going to be about balancing our finances and like our material things. And this time of year during Christmas, it's going to be all about that. For Aries ascendant, it's going to be in your 8th or your 9th house. So that's the house of, sex or the occult, transformation. So change could be a big deal. 9th house is Sagittarius' house, so it could be higher learning, justice, wanting to see more justice in the world. It would make a lot of sense for all of us. But overall, the energies don't look like super bad astrologically. I think it's going to be pretty smooth for most of us. But with 8th or 9th house activated with the moon, the sun being there and all that, the Aries will be focusing on those aspects, looking things at a different way, like in a different philosophy on life. So if it is, like, for example, the mansion being 21st mansion of the moon, you could be ending your philosophy on life and creating a new one. And I think we're constantly always doing that anyway. But anyway, Aries, the end of a tough cycle approaches. That's always good. And you are good enough. Absolutely. You're definitely good enough. So that's good. End of a tough cycle. Maybe some confidence is coming in for Aries. That's good, which Aries is, in my opinion, a very confident sign, regardless. I don't think you really need help with that. But if you are having any issues with self-esteem, I think it's all about to turn around. Ooh, they wanted to stop right there. I'm just going to do a Celtic cross, like I said. Not having as much time lately, simply because of, just all the work. I'm trying to make sure I can give as much as I can for Christmas, which is important to me. I like to give when I can. Well, you got this on the bottom as an overall type energy, so that's a good sign. The current question, the current situation, it's like you're walking away from something because you either are not getting the results that you want, or you can't see the results that you want. So it could definitely be some kind of ending, something you're walking away from. I see the Lovers in advice. So if you're contemplating leaving a relationship, there's a new opportunity in love. Could be, a new spouse, definitely, because this is in the advice right here. Could definitely be new love, new partner, but it could just be something like that you're walking away from. That's not giving you the results that you want, and then it's just a project or even a new job. Don't really see a lot in the way of work here, except for this one. And this is like in your external environment. On your mind, you're like, I need to do this quick. I want this. I want quick results. I want, what I want now. And who isn't like that, right? And then in your unconscious, what you're not really paying attention to is your emotions. And I don't think maybe some of you aren't being as compassionate in a situation as maybe you should be. Offer that love for it and compassion if you can. Or maybe you have this in you and you're just not showing it, because you're like, now. But in your future is this. You got the Holy Grail right there in the future. So it looks like, love is coming in one way or the other, and you're going to be supported by either the ones that you love or, maybe even a new relationship type thing. This is what's behind you. This is probably arguing. I would say that maybe behind you, right, is arguing, or is some kind of idea or mental thought. And maybe that's the thing that you're walking away from, is whatever this idea was or project or person that maybe you're arguing with. And you're like, I'm just done. And that's what it's saying. This is how you feel right now, like your current situation, and it's feeling like, you're stressed out. I mean, holidays, right? We're all going to be stressed out. I mean, like I said, I'm working my butt off, and it's getting to me. But, I mean, I'm not going to let that spill over. And you shouldn't let it spill over. Like, stress, there's all kinds of things that stress us in life. But to those, and it always seems to spill over to those that we care about the most, because they're the ones that are closest to us. It's the ones we confide in and we talk to and we trust. So a lot of times it'll just spill over because we're not really conscious of what's really stimulating those feelings of anger or loss or just sadness. It's generally just stress, from probably being tired, wore out, those types of things. But if you can diagnose it and trace the pathology of it, many times you can just kind of be like, okay. Or if you do snap or have an argument with somebody, you can be like, I really didn't mean to do that. It's because of this or it's because of that, and I'm sorry, that type of thing. And and that's big energy right there. Forgiveness is divine. Make no mistake about it. But like I said, in your external environment, there's something going to be offered, or some kind of value coming in. Something very valuable is about to show up, right? And the advice, it's either nurture your love relationship or find a new one. And that's really going to be different for any of you, because it's general reading. So for some of you, it's going to be like, work on your relationship, find a way to make new love in that relationship, or because like this is an ace, so it's new. And like I said, it's all right now, it seems to be about endings and beginnings. This is probably new love for some of you as well. And then the outcome is final judgment, right? You making that final decision and being like, most likely it's you get fed up kind of thing, and you're just like, I'm done, I'm making a final decision. And that's what's going to happen, right? You're going to have to make a final decision. You can't be stuck in limbo on it, right? And refusing to see what you have to do in the situation, which is walking away. It's like, obviously that you need to walk away, but you're not doing it. And then like that you're not seeing that, or not making the decision to do it because for whatever reason, you just want it to work, or you're trying to make it work. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And, the advice here may be, look at it in a different way, and maybe you can make it work. But at the same time, it could also be that you got to make a final decision, whether you want to walk away or whether you want to make it work. And it's really going to be up to you, Aries. The new moon energy, with the mansion of the moon, it is about, there can be anger involved, and it's really about endings. And, I'll have the thing up so you can read about what this mansion's about. But the new moon is also about new beginnings. So I think for a lot of us, we're going to be feeling that. We're definitely going to feel, with it touching the sun as well, it's, destiny, right? Whatever this change is going to be a big one. And we're in the time of Saturn now. We're in the time of Christmas, which is Saturn's time. Make no mistake about it. So it's going to be about sacrifice, right? And sacrifice of ourselves can be very important. Giving up of ourselves for others. And maybe that's what you're doing here, right? Maybe in this relationship, you're like, I'm staying in this relationship simply because, I kind of have to, or it's going to work best for my family, or something like that. Or like maybe it's financially, you kind of feel like you have to, or anything like that. But at the same time, you got to do it. You need to healthy environment, healthy emotions. It's important because this is in your unconscious. You're not nurturing your emotions in the right way. At least it doesn't feel like that you are. It feels like, in the current situation, this is you right now. So you gotta quit stressing over it. You can't just say, hey, quit stressing. It doesn't really work like that. You gotta work through it. You gotta kind of acknowledge why you're stressing. Trace it down to, every instance you can, what the trigger, what the stimulus is, and that way you can kind of think about it, and you can feel it, and you can acknowledge it, and that way it doesn't build pressure up and then try to manifest itself in your outer worlds to force you to feel it. It's brutal, and it does happen. But anyway, Aries, that's all I have. It's a short reading simply because I have a lot to do, sadly. But I'll get back once the new year hits. I'm going to start investing more in the channel and spending more time. But either way, Merry Christmas, and I wish you the best. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. It'd be nice to get to build the channel up more. Trying to spend time to invest into it. But you don't have to like and subscribe and comment if you don't want to. I'm just glad that you're here, and I'm glad for the view. Either way, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I hope to see you here again.